Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcasts. And I apologize for the phone, but I don't edit videos because I don't know how. We're going to spend a little bit more time in JunoSwap today. I've been moving more and more money over there, so I wanted to add some context to why I am doing it and why I feel that it is a good investment for me. This is not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing and what we've always done on this channel, which is basically show you what we do, how we do it, why we do it, and so forth. So we're going to be getting a little bit more into JunoSwap. I want to add, again, a little bit more context. So we're going to be moving some money around, and thank you for joining us. We'll be getting into it right after this. So anybody who's been following this channel for any length of time, you're pretty well aware that I'm heavy in DEXs. I like decentralized exchanges. I'm a big fan. I like being the bank. Plus, it is a very obvious use case. I like tokens that have a use case. DEX has a very pure use case. That means anybody who wants to come out and trade in the DeFi wants to get tokens. They're going to go to a DEX of one form or another, but this is where they're going to be going to get those tokens, to get the use case tokens that they can't get on centralized exchanges. They come over to here. I also feel that DEXs are a lot safer than than centralized exchanges. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Voyager, I give you Celsius, I give you everybody else who's having a little bit of a liquidity problem right now. It really doesn't exist out on the decentralized exchanges because the DEXs don't hold the liquidity. You hold the liquidity. I hold the liquidity. They pay you for it, of course, in generally inflationary tokens, but these are also longer investments. So I want to be there, and I want to be able to capitalize as much as I can. It helps to be there early. I'm kind of a DEX locus. I will bounce from one to one, DEX to DEX, harvesting. That's what you want to say. But I also believe in being diversified. So I've been really, really heavy on a couple of DEXs, and it's time for me to spread my wings a little bit. And that's why it got me looking over at JunoSwap. There's some pros and there's some cons, and I just thought we'd take today and maybe go over them a little bit. The very first con that I'm seeing on here, I like the graphics, by the way, very easy to understand. It's a nice simple DEX. So I appreciate the I almost want to call it elegant, and I appreciate that because it's very easy to understand each and every part of it. That's one of the pros. The other pro, of course, is that there are some very, very good APRs over here, and these are LPs that work well together. They encourage you to keep your money on the DEX so that you are APYing your APRs. I think that's very, very important right now, and they make it very easy. And I'll show you why as soon as I move a little bit of money. But there's some downsides. The downside to this one is it seems more like it's a pet project than it is a serious DEX. It's on Juno. Juno has to have a DEX. This is Juno's DEX. So, but it seems more, how do I say it? It seems like more, it's expected, so they made one. The total liquidity, TVL, of all of this, and by the way, guys, I would love to see a little line right here, any of the Juno people, that says TVL. I'd love to see the TVL of the DEX. But for me, looking up and down through here, the total of all the liquidity that is on that DEX doesn't equal Atom Osmo over on Osmosis. I mean, it's not even close. It's wildly out of out of range. I think they have maybe $8, $9, $10 million TVL, whereas you can see 72 million sitting right here just in Atom and Osmo. That's just one single pool. Yeah, Juno's nowhere near that. Dude, I'm sure that they have some additional features because this is beta. I mean, you can see it right there. This is a beta version. I'm sure they have additional features that are coming on, but I really haven't dug that much into it. So right now, for me, it's a pure math play, not exactly a long term. I can't wait to push more of my money into it play. But if you know of some features that I'm not mentioning, you know what? We have a comment section right here on the video, so go ahead and drop them in, and I'd be happy to address them. Uh, and yeah, that's kind of the those are kind of the big things for me. Again, it seems like it's a sidebar. Graphics are nice, not a whole lot of TVL in here, but the pools play well together. So I also need to diversify. I am really heavy in just a couple, and I need to move some money out. So I thought, you know what, let's just do a video, and you can watch me move some money. And this is so if there's any questions. I had some loose USDC over here on SIF chain, so we're just going to go ahead and do it right here. So we're going to swap the USDC, and we're going to swap. Let's just do Juno. So we're going to swap it straight for Juno, and we'll do $2,000. Let me see. What is that going to cost me? $20 for yeah, about 1%. Okay, we'll take that swap. It's not terrible. This is welcome to the world, guys. Anytime you want to move money, it's going to cost you money. So right now we're just swapping a couple $1,000s worth of USDC, and we're swapping it for Juno. Normally, if I'm moving money anywhere, it's going to be I'm moving Atom, but Juno is a native. I mean, it's a native DEX, so I can use their native token. So there, we've made our swap, and we're going to go ahead and export it. What do we got there? 706. All right, so we'll go ahead and pull out 700 of it. It costs 99 cents. That one, I don't mind paying that one. I don't mind paying $1. So I'm just fine with that one. So right now it's exporting out to my Kepler wallet. I will give them the full gas fee of a single penny. And we'll get this shot over to the Kepler wallet as soon as it confirms. Again, I don't edit, so you get what you get. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then be advised that you could lose a couple grand here. All right, so we've pulled it out, and we're on our way over. Let's check the Juno wallet, and yeah, there we go. So we got the 700 that are sitting over there. Now, the nice thing about this one, I don't know if it shows up in dark mode. There you go. Is that you can see it reads a wallet. It's a native wallet, so it picks up the Juno right away. So now let's actually get into what I'm doing over here and why I'm moving so much in. A couple pools that I really like over here, and you can't take a pass, man. If you're going to be in on Juno, you've got to on the JunoSwap, you got to have some money in here. Juno Atom. Just a solid pairing. Now, I sold all of my Juno when it hit about $28 to $30. I dumped it all because anything that goes up that fast is going to come down that fast. I don't like rides like that. So it was remarkably overvalued. It went up on emotion, fear of missing out, Giffen goods, all these other good reasons that thing pumped the way it pumped, but it dumped spectacularly. But I consider the price just about right now for what they are offering, for the passion of the community. Yeah, so I'm more comfortable with the token at its current price. And Juno and Atom are going to move together. So your IL risk here is very low, and the APR is pretty good. So if you're still going to be one that's wants to be staking Atom, I think about the best you're going to get over on Osmosis, about 21%. So here you're getting about 77. Now it's a different reward. This one pays out in both Juno and Raw, and Osmo pays out solely in Osmo. So it's a different reward, but you're getting almost 4 times as much of it. So it's not that hard to liquidate, I guess that's what I'm saying. The nifty thing about this is that the rewards acquire immediately. You can't really see it well on this one. I don't have that much in there, but if I come over to this one I actually got some money in. While we're talking, you're going to watch those numbers right there go up. So you're literally acquiring tokens on the epoch. It's every 6 seconds. These things are going to be coming up. You can just see it right there, and you have more money now than you did then. So that's kind of nice, is that it's a constant influx of money. Not a lot, but it's all about scale. You put in more, you're going to get more. So what I'm doing here is I am obviously going heavy into Juno Raw, because anybody who's going to come over here and wants to manipulate this DEX is likely going to be using Raw, spending Raw, or needing to acquire Raw. So that being the case, I want to be gulping up those swap fees and the APR on that is just phenomenal. So I'm more than happy to start jumping into this one, and you know what? We'll go ahead and do that now. So uh, let me see. We have to move some Juno, and we have to swap it for more raw, and we'll just do half, and we'll make the swap. We'll pay the middling fee of .001 Juno, and there we go. So these are balanced pools, so they're 50-50. So whatever I put in on one side, I got to put in on the other side. They included the nice little half button, so good for us. Uh, Once a swap is successful, then just come over here. You're going to manage your liquidity. I will provide max liquidity, which is 350 Juno and an equal amount of raw. We'll go ahead and add the liquidity. And I don't even, what was that, $2,000? Yeah, it was only like $2,000. So let's go ahead and wait for this to refresh. And when it does, you're going to see this number here go up. So it's now in the LP. So you come over to manage staking, hit 100%, go ahead and bond it, pay another transaction fee, yay for us. And as soon as that comes up, then these two numbers here are going to match. Now, again, you start acquiring the additional tokens immediately. So now we're up to 11.2. So this number is actually going to go up a little bit faster. Now, the fun thing about this particular pool more than anything else is that you can simply claim it and you're being paid out even. So you can simply claim these rewards, come over here, manage the liquidity. Let's give it a go, 11.25. So we're going to go ahead and claim it out. It was $11.25 total, so let's see how well balanced the pools are. As soon as this finishes up, then we're going to go ahead and just stick it right back on top of the pool, APR and APY, good for us. There we go. So $11.34, we're going to provide max liquidity. Oh, okay, I had a little bit of extra in there. Apparently it didn't catch it all, but you get the rub. So we just pop it up, pay another Juno fee. All the money that was over there is now transferred to the front of it, and we're collecting more rewards on top of that. Got to do the same thing. You have to manage the liquidity. You have to manage the staking. You have to put it all in. You have to bond it. You have to pay the average Juno fee. And I happen to like that there is at least a little bit of gas on here because that's value capture for the DEX. It's important to have value capture for the DEX. Looking right at you, Osmo. I think you guys are hurting a little bit. So a couple different things that I can do with this one. Now, ideally, I would just liquidate out the Juno. I would take the raw and I'd push the raw over here to the raw Osmo pool, which has an even better APR. Now, I need 2 halves of this, but I get more than enough from all of this money that I have sitting over here. So I can pull 300-400 Osmo every day, and I could simply move it over here and start bumping this pool, and this is what we're going to be doing. So this is a day and a half worth right there. And we're just going to keep pushing it and building this pool. Now, I'm not crazy about this pool because you can see the liquidity is tiny on this one. It is not good. But the APR is quite good, and it gives me raw. That's what I'm looking for on this one. So I could take the raw. I could pair it with the Atom that I get from staking. I can pair it with the Juno that I get from staking. I can convert it to USDC and pair it up right over here in this other pool. Like I said, they all work real well together, and it diversifies me. I think it's important. So this is that was the wrong button, guys. I'm sorry. I hope that was enough context. This is why I'm pushing over to this one, because it diversifies, because it's not a bad DEX, and because I can go liquid at any time. Now, it has a 14-day lock-in. Hate it, the 14-day lock-in. But Juno is so damn low right now. Even if it took a big bath, you know what? I didn't lose that much. So for me, it's worth the stretch, and it is definitely worth the risk. So I hope this added a little bit of context to why I'm doing what I'm doing. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, scott@thepodcast.com. And we should be back with the live streams tomorrow night. So hopefully they get my cable fixed today, and we're going to be off and running. Until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Cheers.